So General Mattis saying he wants to be done with America first makes me think he wants to go back to the days of America last. What did you make of his comments?
I wasn't surprised. The Project on Government Oversight did a study between 2008 and 2018, and they found that 400 high-ranking Department of Defense officials and military officers went on to become executives, consultants, board members, and lobbyists for defense contractors within 2 years of separating from the government. In other words, for this ruling class at least, which people like Mattis are now a part of, there's not any money or prestige in America First policy. And for Mattis's part, I think it says something about him that where he landed after separating from the military was Theranos, which is a health technology company that was implicated in one of the biggest business scandals in decades. So ultimately, I'm glad for Mattis. I think that he's kind of helping disabuse conservatives of the illusion that the modern military is a conservative institution or one that has the interests of citizens at heart as an institution.
Well, it was back in the day that President Eisenhower warned us about the military-industrial complex. He warned us that good money is to be made in fighting wars, not so much when we're not engaged in those very same wars. But, all this gets me thinking, that there's a chain of command. It's quite strict in the military. You're not allowed to, yell at your superiors. You're not allowed to question them. However, what I saw recently is actually talking about Syria. The outgoing U.S. Syria envoy, Jim Jeffries, I believe is his name. He was practically bragging about how all the generals in the Middle East have been lying to President Trump now for years about what the exact troop levels are, where the troops are stationed, what exactly their mission is. It goes back to this idea that these elitists who rule over us basically think that they know better than, the American people and the person that the American people chose to be our commander-in-chief.
That's right. No, it's exactly right. And for this, it's fun and games for them. It's moving numbers on a spreadsheet and hiding the real numbers from the people that otherwise might get us out of the Middle East. But in reality, this is blood and tears. Veterans commit suicide every single day, and it tells you something that it's a game for these people, hiding these numbers and obstructing the process of getting us out of the Middle East. We've been there since before I was born. And I think you also had a journalist from the Washington Post who thought this was hilarious, that these people were keeping this from Trump. They thought it was just a hoot, like it's in the background of this. There have still been deaths even while Trump has been in office. Obviously, there have been members of the special forces killed. So people are still dying, but this is just a big game for them. They're just moving numbers around and keeping themselves employed and collecting that government paycheck before they go on to collect a paycheck at defense contractors. So no, I think in a way, like I said, this is good because conservatives need to see how thoroughly rotten the modern military is as an institution. That's not to say that there are no good people in there or that there are no conservative individuals in there. But again, this is a ruling class problem, and the military is not exempt from it.